G'day everyone and welcome back to Derriere Farms coverage of Silver Run Forest. Today we're going to be talking about the Lumberjack mod. Mainly because it got updated for Silver Run Forest. I know there were a couple of people saying they were having problems running it. But for me it is working fine now. If it is still not working fine for you, it is probably a mod conflict with a different mod. I am going to go over how to use the Lumberjack mod because I want to cover the new features, and also there are probably quite a few people new to the game that have not seen the Lumberjack mod. Unfortunately, this is a PC only mod, and I can't say that enough. A PC only. Unfortunately, console players do not have access to it because it is a script mod, which is a shame. Now, if you want more coverage of either Silver Run Forest, Farming Simulator, or Farming Simulator mods, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you find this video useful, please give it a like. It really helps and you will earn my eternal gratitude. Okay, so the first thing to note is they have added a feature to the Lumberjack mod where you can spray a tree even if you're not in your owned property. So you can see I'm outside of the property I own. It will let me put an X on this tree or whatever shape I want. I guess that's for role-playing purposes, but it's kind of a neat feature to have. Anyway, I haven't done anything. All I did so far was load into the game. The first thing I've noticed with the Lumberjack mod is that it now tells you what the length of the object you're about to cut is. That was something it didn't do before. If we take that off and we just go back to our hand, notice at the top left it doesn't show the length anymore. It just tells us the total length of the tree, which is a lodgepole pine at 36.3 meters. We'll go back to the chainsaw, put it into the cut position, and you can see the number changing. Obviously, the lower to the ground we get, the longer the cut length is going to be. So let's squat down, and I want to make sure I'm aiming this right so I don't get hung up on anything. And it will just cut down the tree. Boom. And then we can run along the tree like we normally do, and we can delimit. Yes, this is outside of our owned area. Alright, so again, if we click on the Lumberjack mod, it'll tell us what we're going to cut that tree into different lengths at the point where we can cut. So if we cut right here, or here, it'll change. It's best to start, though, I find, at the beginning, because it will give you the length from the start. So if we cut right here, the first part of the tree is going to be 1.6 meters. Whereas if we move out to here, we now have a 6.1. So almost a perfect cut of 6 meters. Very handy, and it tells you that the rest of the tree will be 28.2 meters left. I think that's a really good add-on to the mod. And yes, you can just go ahead and cut the tree like you normally would. And if we take our hand, it tells us that we have a 6.1 piece of wood. which is too heavy to pick up. The next advantage with the Lumberjack mod, again, is by pressing either the Alt key once, you can pick up the log. It enables super strength. If you want to enable super strength for an extended period of time, press the Alt key, for me it's my left Alt key, twice. And you can see the hand, the white hand, meaning I have super strength on, stays on. So I can move that, or I can move the rest of the tree, which is significantly heavier. Now, I know you get super strength from riding the roller coaster, but it maxes out at less than 1 ton. This, I think it's about 3 or 4 tons where it maxes out. It will lift a shipping container. So it'll, actually no, it'll lift it'll tractor. So it's more than a couple of tons. It'll be 10 to 15 tons. There have been a few objects found that I can't pick up. I never really paid attention to how heavy they were. Alright. The third and final benefit to the Lumberjack mod, and we'll turn super strength off. This is something that stayed the same. You need to turn super strength back on. So hit your Alt key twice. And now you will see, depending on, it's hard to see for this one, but you can see there's a red circle over that log or that stump. You can totally delete a stump. You don't need to worry about a stump grinder. Here we go. I don't want to, well, I'm not going to save this game, so it doesn't matter. You might have to angle so you can get, it's hard to see. But if you get the red circle on a tree like this one here, I can activate the chainsaw, and the whole tree disappears. There's not even a stump for me to get rid of. I find this a very handy feature on a lot of maps. I used it a lot on Obeilon. Well, this one's not a tree. I'm trying to find... Everything on here is a good tree. But where I found that a very handy feature was on Obeilon, where there are so many trees and they didn't leave very much gap between the field edge and the tree. So your tractor, if you're using an AI worker, got confused. So I just will get rid of the spruce tree. I'll just turn the Lumberjack mod on and get rid of the tree. And now that's opened up that space. If we run backwards, just temporarily, that tree will, in a second, reappear. Oh, there it is. It's okay. Over there. Once you save the game and you reload, trees that have been deleted by the Lumberjack mod you will no longer see them. So if you have on a map, again like Obeilon, deleted a whole row of trees that were interfering with your field, and you go back to the farm, get a tractor, and you're driving back and you see the trees, don't freak out and say, oh my god, they're back. No. Once you get close, they'll be gone. Once you save the game and reload, they'll be completely gone and you won't see them driving back. So that is essentially the updated Lumberjack mod for those of you that are familiar with it, and for those of you that are new to the game. Have fun. Enjoy the Lumberjack mod. I use it, well, I don't want to say, like I said, I tend to use it on maps like Obeilon where there are a lot of trees in the way. For role-playing purposes, I will still use a stump grinder or something like that if I'm doing a Let's Play. But if I just want to clean up an area on This map, which is my demo map, I will also use the Lumberjack mod. So it's got a great variety of uses. It's also a really easy way to get super strength. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, Jay.